Hello and welcome to the Telegraph Studios. I'm Rachel Downey and today we're going to discuss how cloud is empowering offshoring. I'm going to be joined by Mandip Kaur and Sean Veer Singh from Virtual Employee. Hello to you both.
Good afternoon.
There's been a lot of interesting news stories at the moment in the press about offshoring. Can you give us some examples of these?
Yeah, I think one article run by Communities Digital News was very interesting, where they looked at Delta Airways and how when they offshored 1,000 jobs to India, they were then able to go and employ more people locally in the United States. I think an article also by the Huffington Post was very interesting, where it looked at how getting the hybrid between offshoring and hiring locally is key to winning in the global marketplace that we are increasingly seeing.
Why offshoring?
Well, there are various things that come to mind when asking that question. Firstly, the cost. Secondly, there's a much larger talent pool and it's a lot faster. So for example, if there was a company that wanted to start up within a week or 2 weeks, it would be incredibly difficult for them to do so with hiring local employees. However, with offshoring, each of those criteria can be met and can be met efficiently and can be met well.
What's the relationship between cloud and virtual employee?
Well, Virtual Employee has pioneered a new cloud service called the Cloud Company. To understand what a cloud company is, I think it's worthwhile looking at what is cloud computing. Let's take, for example, hardware as a service. Here, a client has access to and can utilize a server however they want, but the setup and management and maintenance of that server is taken care of all by the cloud service provider. It's the same with virtualemployee.com. The client works with their staff and manages their office however they want, but the maintenance and setup of that office and management of those staff is taken care of entirely by us. In effect, what we are doing, therefore, is delivering a company from the cloud, hence why we coined the phrase cloud company.
If I'm an employer in today's environment and I want to contact someone from the other side of the world, how do I know it's safe and secure? Can you guarantee it?
Well, recently, in fact, in the news, it was stated that the Indian data security system is more mature than it is in Europe, largely because there is legislation in place that's extremely strong, which acts as a legal deterrent with regards to data security, which is one of the reasons why India is the #1 destination for offshoring. We really take extreme measures to ensure that our clients' data is safe, such as virtualization and using VPN solutions. So none of the client's data is ever viewed unless it's necessary. It's on a need-to-see basis. So it's never copied or printed, moved unnecessarily.
Okay, let's do a thought experiment. I'm a business before expansion. So what happens when we contact you? Can we have a step-by-step explanation?
Sure, I'll give you a real-life example. There was a pharmaceutical company based in Germany that wanted to hire a medical doctor. So the first thing that we did was act as their recruitment agency. We looked for doctors that would be prepared to do R&D from an office. The second thing we did is we allowed that doctor to work directly with the client of ours so they can directly project manage them. And thirdly, we then managed and supervised their employee on their behalf, taking care of all their HR, legal, infrastructure and accounting needs on their behalf.
So therefore, is offshoring a magic pill?
Is it a magic pill? I'd say it's an opportunity, and a good opportunity. An opportunity for companies who will do their research well, know their requirements and find the right model for them. Unfortunately, there are companies who will promote offshoring as a magic pill in any circumstances, which simply it isn't, which is why it's so important for companies to research properly before they decide to offshore.
I think it is worth mentioning that the reason why a lot of companies do get offshoring wrong is because there is a lot of misconceptions out there. Firstly, a lot of clients aren't aware of the fact that there are many different offshoring business models. Secondly, companies must focus on looking at their needs and requirements. And thirdly, not overemphasize on cost, but rather look at a vendor's capability.
The markets and requirements are changing all the time. So how can Virtual Employee keep up with the pace?
Well, I feel that we are setting the pace rather than trying to keep up with the pace, and I feel we've done this for 3 reasons. Firstly, with our team model service, if a client needs multiple staff, With us, you can pay for the equivalent of just one employee, but mix and match different professionals with different skill sets. Secondly, we introduced the concept of an online employee supermarket. That's where you can hire online staff in any profession, and I think we're the only company doing that still to date. Thirdly, with the advent of our cloud company service, I certainly feel we are at the forefront of cloud technology and offshoring.
Is offshoring good or bad for Western economies?
Offshoring is very good for Western economies. The marketplace is now global. How do you compete in that marketplace? Well, offshoring, it plays a pivotal role. Firstly, it reduces your cost. Secondly, it increases your innovation. And thirdly, it reduces your risk. What offshoring enables Western companies to do is to compete with companies from China, Brazil, or South Africa, because the marketplace no longer is local, it's global. And that is why offshoring is good for Western economies.
Very interesting thoughts then for many people. Thank you both for joining us here today at Telegraph Studios.
Thanks.